We got a full look at everything that the Maze of the Master has to offer. Make sure you guys smash some crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. So we're going to be starting off over here with everything that appears to be Odion themed out here. And I gotta tell you, I am absolutely excited to see what they can do with the Mystical Beast Surrogate. Because honestly, Odion never really got a lot of time out here to shine in the show. It was one of those things that you looked at and you're like, oh, hey, you know, like, it's Odion. It is what it is. But the fact that this card art features some of the coolest things. Also, Mystical Beast Surrogate up there at the top of the pack art, getting, you know, the chance to see this, actually looks quite villainous, actually. I'm kind of curious about that. Now, we can't really see behind the Konami logo up here at the left. Looks like a new embodiment of the Apophis card. Now, considering the fact Odion's deck was supposed to be the trap hell deck of the show, you know, you're supposed to be able to use these trap cards to basically be able to punish your opponent so you could, you know, devastate them and do things. Also, it having this deep tie-in back to old lore, I think, is the thing I'm most excited about. So the centerpiece directly above the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shonen Jump logo itself out here is what appears to be an Anubis creature having a Millennium symbol on its chest. I'm expecting that this is probably going to be our new Throne Keeper, or, well, it looks like it's sitting on top of a throne, actually. It looks like this is probably going to be the monster dictating everything that we can kind of expect out of this theme. And it wouldn't make sense for us not to be able to have, you know, more than one card. Also, you know, let's call it what it is out here. You know, you can probably expect to see something a little bit more powerful along the way out here. I do see that it looks like we are also getting underneath the Yu-Gi-Oh! 25th logo itself there. Looks like there's going to be a new, probably, support card. Looks like a Roaring Beast out here, probably a trap card. I also see this Lord of D back here, directly underneath that, with which looks like a mock-up. So, kind of curious to know if Blue Eyes is going to get something in here as well. So now, moving directly underneath the Maze of the Master logo itself, you actually get the chance to see probably a retrained inner circle for the field spell, or, you know, the Temple of the Kings, which, honestly, it needs something. Like, we need to cook up something really, really solid for this. And I'm kind of curious to know how they're going to get this to interact. I also do see, it looks like we're getting a card for Odion himself down on the bottom left out here, showcasing, you know, the 7 cards per pack. And of course, directly above that, can't really make out too much of that, but that looks kind of ominous. And then, of course, to the bottom right, you also do see a chalice looking thing. And then directly above that, I can't really tell what's going on with that. It looks like we might be getting more cards in this than we might initially be thinking. Actually, I'm pretty sure that chalice art, is that tied to the Apophis? Oh, I don't think so, actually. I am very intrigued with this. Considering the fact that they're going through original duel monsters out here, and they're giving older themes support, I'm actually kind of surprised that we didn't get Mass Beast as Gradius support. I was kind of, fingers were crossed very majorly that we were going to get something dedicated to that. But I can't hate on Odion. Like, if anything, I'm more curious to know, is this, obviously this has to be better than Flame Swordsman, it has to be better than Gate Guardian support, right? Right? Because it's the more recently, you know, shown off stuff. So I'm very curious about that, because there's at least, I think, 10 to 12 cards here, the way this looks. Now, we shift on over here to the Light Duels pack art for this pack. Now, I don't think anybody's going to be too disappointed when I tell you RIP to the Light Duels pack. That stuff got broken down. It would have been one of the worst selling sets. Duels packs do not perform here in the TCG. And it's really a sad thing to say that, because, you know, the only reason why the Fire Duels pack even, or excuse me, yeah, it was a Fire Duels pack even sold because, like, Pyro Phoenix. Like, Pyro Phoenix was carrying that thing on its shoulders. So for your pack art out here, they are putting a major emphasis on the VWXYZ stuff, which I think is kind of funny, actually. Because looking at this, maybe we're not getting the Trickstar stuff in here, because the only thing I see in here is the Primal Dragon stuff, and it appears the entirety of the Kaiba side of things. Uh-oh, to you Trickstar players out here. I hope that's not the case out here. This also confirms 7th Tachyon is getting a TCG release. So that means in February you can start the Doomsday Clock out here. You can start going, oh my god, Rizaiel's going to get even more insane, Robbie. I mean, yeah, it is. I don't think anybody out here is going to take that away from this deck and, ignorantly tell you otherwise, because it's coming. All right, I do fully expect by the time that we get this support, you're probably going to see next ban list Catapult Turtle get banned. And you're also probably going to see some sort of check to Rizal forcing you to go buy this product so you can get 7 Tachyon. Yeah, 7 Tachyon is going to be the selling point of this set. Like, I don't care how you want to spin it. Like, the Galaxy stuff is cool, but 150% people are going to be buying this for the Kaiba cards. People are going to be buying this for 7 Tachyon, because unfortunately 7 Tachyon's needed for the water stuff. Like, being able to have a water searcher, be able to do everything that you want it to, like, I think you are greatly misunderstanding what they're trying to do. But no indicator on the Trickstar stuff, at least on this side of the pack art. I can think of a few people that aren't going to be too particularly happy about that, but this is, I guess it's one of those situations that you look at and you're like, yeah, I guess if they do move things around, I want to be wrong. I want there to be the support in here. Please, Konami, can we have the good Trickstar cards in here? My other question is, would they just move that stuff to the 10s? Or would they import it in like a core set or something? Huh. I guess that's an interesting question, to say the least, out here for what they would do with that. Now, our last image here is the big one. This is the Animation Chronicle import out here. And this is where you're going to get all of your fun, fancy Perform Mage stuff that I'm sure so many people have been waiting on out here, because let's call it what it is out here. That theme was so heavily pushed. Like, it was kind of insane to see how much they were pushing for that. I also do see that we have our Silent Magician on here as well. I am super excited. I hope we do get that as a QCR. I want to be able to add that to collection to have. Absolutely very much needed. This also will confirm the fact that we will be getting Allure Queen cards in here. I'm wondering how many things are going to toss in here in the reprint slots, just to kind of make sure that they have things. I guess when you're combining sets this big, cutting the Trickstar stuff from the set might not have been the worst thing in the world. It's just one of those things you look at and you're like, oh, hey, we got to make room for something in here. This is also time that I can tell you we're getting the Ancient Gear statue. Finally, you Ancient Gear mains out there are getting the best possible support card that we could possibly throw at you. And I don't want to hear anybody complaining about this. I don't want to hear anybody going, oh, Ancient Gears are bad. No, this statue card, really, really good, actually. It does a lot for the deck, like, solidly. And then, of course, we're also getting the card that allows you to cheat out the, one of the Red Dragon Archfiend monsters, the big Earthbound Immortal Chungas. He's a big guy. Animation Chronicle 2024 is kind of a forgettable set. I'm not going to lie. Like, yeah, the Perform Mage stuff was really cool. I do think wholeheartedly that the best card in the set was the Ancient Gear statue, if I recall. There's cool application aside, but, it's not too crazy. Like, the Animation Chronicle stuff needed to be looped in with this stuff, and then you need to toss some exclusives in here to make a banger product. And I think they did a good job with this. The 3 pack arts defining the 3 sets is a very cool little Easter egg for this. Do I think this set's going to go well? I'm very curious about that. I'm curious to know who's going to get the collector's rares out of this. If 7 Tachyon doesn't get a collector's rare, Konami's crazy. I'm also interested to see, is this a QCR set? No, this should be a QCR set, I would hope. Well, either way, what do you guys think about this? Please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys.
Patrons!
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.